Do you need my help? It's melting. Okay, so we got 5 on the body wash, and these are the things that oil to it, so it can smell nice. What's this in Island fam? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another vlog. I have a very productive packed day today because I have a list of things that I need to do. Because I want to make some body wash, I want to make some bar soap, and I also want to retry making the gummy vitamins, because last time I made the gummy vitamins, y'all, epic fail. Epic fail. Okay, so in order to make the body wash and the bar of soap, I need to get stuff from all the way up there. So my darling husband just went for the chair so that he can take down that container of stuff so that I can make the body wash and the bar of soap. Okay guys, so I was going to do the body wash first. However, I just put the batteries on the scale and they're not coming on. So let's hope that it's a battery dead problem and not the scale not working problem. So I'm going to put the batteries to charge and then I'm going to make the soap. Because all I have to do is melt the base and add fragrance to it. So I'll make the soap first. Okay, so I have this heating up because it was wet. And I'm just going to cut up the soap base into pieces so it will melt faster, and put them into the thingy, and then just once it's melted, just add the fragrance oil and then pour it out into the molds. And y'all, I don't have any molds except for my Christmas tree molds, so everything else I use it like for food, and I don't have soap bar molds, so I have to use the Christmas tree molds. So that's what we're gonna use. It's melting. It's melting. It's melting. Now that the soap has completely melted, I just check and make sure. Yes, it's completely melted and on a very, very low heat. We're gonna add the fragrance oil. This is citrus scented. The label, yeah. So I just have to add the fragrance, whatever fragrance I want, and then put it in the molds. And as I said, this is the only mold I have. I need to buy soap bar molds. So yeah. Okay, so we got 5 soaps. Usually you spray like rubbing alcohol to the top of it just to dissolve the bubbles, but I don't really care. It's for home. I'm not selling it. So I'm not gonna spray it. I'm just gonna leave it like that and let it harden and then take it out of the molds. Okay, so given that we have to wait for the batteries to charge before we can make our body wash, I am going to pivot a little bit and make some gummies. So I have the blender here. I have my bag of fruits. I have my gelatin. And obviously, like, we need water and stuff. So we're going to get that started so that we can put them in the molds and put them in the fridge. The battery is over here still charging, so let's hope the scale is actually working and it's not that the scale is broken, because then I won't be able to make the body wash. Okay, so I charged the batteries and I have to check to see if this is working. Let's cross our fingers that it is. I have the batteries here. Let's put the batteries in already. Take out the back. So moment of truth. Let's see. Moment of truth. Yay, it turned on, yay. My hand is touching this and it's extra sensitive. That's why I need not be moving, but yay. It works. So let's make our body wash. Okay, so now we are going to start on the body wash, and these are the things that you're going to need. You're going to need a scale that tells you grams and ounces, preferably grams. Obviously, you're going to need some sort of preservative because you're adding water, flavor, well, fragrance, if you want fragrance in it, glycerin, SCI powder, cocoa betaine, and distilled water. We also have our formula. You can, pause the screen to see the formula. It is in percentages because it needs to be in percentages. Okay? Cool. So they're both on the heat. This one is water and this one is the surfactants like the cocoa betaine, the SCI powder, the glycerin, all those things are in here. Okay, so the surfactant has dissolved on the side and then the water is about to boil on this side, so I'm going to check the temperature to make sure they're both around the same temperature so that I can add them to each other before we move forward. Alrighty, so it's in there. It's very hot. We have to let it cool down a bit before we add our preservative and our fragrance, and then we let it sit so that it can thicken up before we can put it in our bottles. Alright, so off camera I did clear off the soot on top, the, what do you call it, the soap rot or whatever you call it, the bubbles on top. I cleared it off because I don't want it to cool with the bubbles, and as I said, it has to cool for us to be able to put our preservative and then our fragrance. If it's too hot when we put the preservative, it will just mess up the formula and it can, damage your skin and all these things. So let's let that cool for a little bit and come back. Okay, so it's very much later and it's still hot, but it's cool enough. I need to add 6 grams of preservative to this, and if anybody tell you this stuff is organic and there's no preservative, but yet still they have to add water to that product, the line, because you have to add preservative to anything that has water in it, or else bacteria will grow. Now we are going to add 12 grams of fragrance oil to it so it can smell nice when you're bathing and scrubbing your skin now. So let's add that. Okay, so I guess we had less than 12 grams of fragrance. That's what we have. That's what we're gonna use. Okay, that's all we have. That's all we have. We should have had more, but that's all we have. We close. We close. Alright, y'all, so our body wash is done and cool. I got 2.5 bottles, and that's because the labels on the bottles, because I reuse these bottles, the labels on the bottle says 13 ounces. However, the bottle actually holds like 15 to 16 ounces, so that's why my measurement was off. My measurements were for 40 ounces. Turns out it's more than 40 ounces I needed to fill these. So yeah, they're done. This is what they're looking like. Clear, nice, and they smell really good. Okay guys, so it is like 3 days later from me making all of that hoopla, the soaps, the body wash, the gummies, and y'all are so disappointed because my gummies flop again. I feel like I have to put like the whole packet of gelatin into the gummies in order for it to do what it's supposed to do, because the first time I made it, it just it was still kind of liquidy. This time I made it. It is gelatinized, just not as much as it needs to be gummy. So let me show you what it's looking like in the fridge, even though I'm gonna dump it in the damn bin. And let me show you what it's looking like. So these are all of them here. They are not liquidy, but they are still, as you can see, somewhat sticky. So it is gelatinized, just not as much as we need it to be. So I feel like I need a whole pack of gelatin. I don't know, but I'm not trying this again. I'm fed up. I'm not trying this again. I'm very done. I mean, granted, it is homemade vitamin, so I could, like, you know, scoop it out and give share rights every day. But I actually just wanted it to be gummies, and I'm really disappointed at it. So okay, but anyway, as you all saw, I made all the other things, and they came out great. They came out absolutely great. So thanks guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's not my normal content, but I hope to see you guys in the next one. So come back every Wednesday, Friday and Sunday for another vlog, and I will see you guys next time on the island.